Hey guys, today I have a tutorial for Keeper of Lust from Persona 5. I'm in standard tuning, so first I'm going to play the song, and then I'm going to show you in depth what I'm doing and stuff like that. You can download tabs in the description, don't forget. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here's the riff. Okay, so we're going to want to start off with an A power chord, so that's on the 5th fret. So 5, 7, 7. You're going to want to play it in that pattern 4 times. So, and you can do a little scratching. It's kind of a messy riff. You don't have to be, be on point with the rhythm, but it doesn't have to be all the notes in there all the time. It's just kind of a scratchy, sort of rhythm like that. So, and then after that, go to this G power chord, which is on the 3rd fret. Hit that twice. Then kind of scratch it twice after that. Then this one up here is a D power chord, so same shape, just 5, 7, 7, this time starting on the A string, and D and G strings. So, like that. So after that, you're going to want to go to this C power chord, which is on the 3rd fret and 5th fret, just the same shape again, except, on the A string. Alright, so after that C, go back to the G power chord, which is on the 3rd fret. Then you're going to want to play it twice. G sharp power chord, still the same shape. It's all the same shape. Then back up to this A. And then it kind of does a similar thing. Alright, that's the second part. So it starts out the same. So it's all the same shapes, all the same chords up to that point. When you get to that C power chord, you want to slide up back to the D, still keeping that shape, and then slide up one more half step to the D sharp, and then go back down to the D power chord. So it's all the same exact shape. I'm going to play the whole thing real quick. And that's all it is. It just repeats that 4 times for the intro. So the rhythm might be kind of tricky at first, but it's not that bad. You'll get used to it. So yeah, that's the whole first part. Just playing that riff and then repeating what I just played 4 times. Okay, here's the second part. This is what I would consider to be the verse. So it goes like this. Okay, so don't know if you can see the fretboard that well. Hold on. Okay, so it starts out on the 10th fret of the B string, so, and it's just 10, 12 on the B string. Then you have a hammer-on from, it's more of like a grace note from 12 on the B string to 13 on the B string. Alright, so, yeah, that grace note, then back to 12. And then you have 12 on the G string this time, and then up to 10 on the B string again. So just like that. So I do kind of a slide down here to 12 of the D string. Then you have 12 pull off to 10 of the D string. Alright, so that's the first little phrase, I guess. Alright, just like that. Next part. Okay, so you're going to want to play 10 on the B string 2 times. Then slide up to the 15th fret, same string. Then you have this. So that's just 13, 12, 13, 12. So and once you get to that 12, you're going to slide all the way down to the 5th fret of the same string. And the reason I do a slide there instead of just playing, it doesn't sound as cool that way. I'm pretty sure he's doing a slide in the actual track, so I don't want to not do a slide. Sounds more smooth that way. Alright, so that's the second part. Third part is very similar to the first thing we did. So the first thing we did was, now this third thing is just, so it's just the first part of that, without that. So it's just exactly the same thing. You still have 10, 12, the grace note, and that's all it is. 12 on the G string to 10 on the B string, just the same thing. And then it does it again, so it's the same thing again. So it does that exact same thing twice, and then again, very similar to what we did. This time it's held out a little bit longer. Slide into the 12th fret, and then hammer or pull off, sorry, to the 10th fret. So let me play that whole little thing because I think it got kind of confusing with what to repeat and what not to repeat. And that's the whole thing. It does repeat everything that I just played a second time. Yeah, that's what it does. It just repeats everything I just played 2 times. And then the next part is after that. So yeah, this is what I would like to consider to be the verse thing. So that's the end of the verse, and the next part is going to be like a pre-chorus kind of. So yeah, that's the end of this part. Okay, so this is still the same part. It's actually the harmony part. So usually I don't learn the harmony parts because they scare me and I'm not good at hearing them really. But this time I thought I'd challenge myself and actually try and learn them. And this is what I came up with. I'm pretty sure they're right. Someone with a better ear than me might be able to tell, but this is what I came up with. And I'm pretty sure they're right. So it starts out like this. Oh, I should explain. So last part I said basically the whole part repeats twice. So the harmony part comes in on the second time. Just watch the video of me playing it for reference. Alright, so it starts out like this. Okay, so start on the 13th fret of the B string. And the rhythm is all the same. So 13th fret of the B string, 10th fret of the high E string. Same little sort of grace note from 10 to 12 on the high E string this time. So back to 10. Then you have 12 on the B string, 13 on the B string. So just like that. Then you have 12 on the G string. Pull off to 9th fret on the G string. Hold on. Is it focused? Sorry. Okay. Just want to make sure because I just recorded this part and then camera wasn't focused the whole gosh dang time. So anyway, next part. Okay, so this, I'm pretty sure this is right. So this time the 13th fret on the B string, hit it twice. Slide up to 15th fret on the high string. And yeah, that's 12, 10, 12, 10 on the high string. This time slide all the way down to 3rd fret of the high E string. Alright, next part. Basically, we've already done this, so I'll still go over it. 13 on the B string, 10 on the high string. Hammer on, little grace note to 12 on the high string. Back to 10, 12, 13. Alright, do the same thing 2 times. And 12 to 9 on the G string. This time hold it a little bit longer than the first time. So yeah, that should be the whole thing leading up to the next part. Yeah, that's what I came up with for the harmony. I'm pretty sure it's all right. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this part. Yep, and then the next part is the chorus. Right, yeah, the pre-chorus actually. All right, yeah, that's the end of this part. Okay, so here's what I would like to consider to be the pre-chorus. So there are 2 pickup notes into it. So it goes like this. Okay, yeah, anyway. It starts off with the 9th fret on the G string to the 12th fret. These are basically 2 pickup notes into the bar. 9 to 12 on the G string. Then you have a slide up into the 12th fret of the B string. So you have 12 on the B string, 10 on the B string, 12 on the G string, then back up to 10 on the B string. So hold that out for a second. Then you have these two pickup notes again into basically the same thing. So you have 9, 12 on the G string, same pickup notes into this slide up to the B string, or 12th fret on the B string. Then you have that 10, 12, 13 on the B string. Then a whole step bend on the 13th fret of the B string up to the 15th fret, or just a C up to a D. So that's the goal. It might be a slight bit out of tune, but you get the idea. Then bend back down and end on 13th fret. Alright. And then the whole thing, oops, my bad. My pick. Got it, okay. Anyway, it basically repeats without the pickup notes this time, so. God, I lost my train of thought. So now it goes. Basically the same thing we've already done. 12, 10, 12 on the G string, back up to 10 on the B string. It just repeats, so this is the last time it goes. This time you do have the pickup notes. It all just repeats until this bend. So the second time you do the bend, this time when you bend down, you're going to want to bend down and then hit the 12th fret of the G string instead of just holding it on that note like we did the first time. So let me play that part real quick. And yeah, short and sweet. That was the whole pre-chorus. Next up is the chorus. So yeah, that's the end of this part. Okay, here's the quote-unquote chorus part. So it goes like this. Alright. Don't want to get too ahead, so it starts off with 10th fret, 12th fret, 13th fret on the B string. Then you have 15th fret on the B string, and then a bend from the 15th fret still. It's a whole step bend, so D to E. That's the goal. So hold that out for a second, and then you have. Okay, so that's 10 on the B string, 12 on the G string, back up to 10 on the B string, then you have 12, 13 on the B string. So just like that. Then you have the same bend. So let me start from the beginning and kind of get up to this point. Right? That's what we have so far. Then you have this bend. Still the same bend that we just did a second ago. It's the 15th fret whole step bend on the B string. This time we're going to want to hit this 15th fret of the E string with our pinky. Just like that. Alright, and then go to the 12th fret on the B string. Hold that for 4 beats, and then the 13th fret for 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the 12th fret for another whole note. Back to the 13th fret, this time for a dotted half note. 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have this 12th fret of the G string, kind of acting as a picking note. Then you go back to basically what we just did. 10, 12, 13 on the B string. We just did this exact same thing. Same bend, so 15, bend 15, and then hit that 15th fret of the high E string with your pinky. This is where it changes. So you're going to want to slide up to 19th fret of the high E string, and then pull off to the 17th fret of the high string, and you hold that for a really gosh dang long time, like 3 whole bars. So yeah, that's the end of the chorus. The chorus does come up later in the song with slight variations, but I don't think it's worth going over in this video because it's not really that, like, it's not that different. Basically the only difference is it goes well, I guess I am going over it in the video. Darn it. Okay, yeah, it goes 19, 17, 15, 12 on the high string. It does that 3 times, and after that the song ends. So that's the only difference in the later chorus. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of the chorus. Next up is kind of like just a riff part, I guess. So that'll be the last part. So yeah, that's the end of this part, at least. Okay, so here's the part immediately after the chorus. This is the cool sounding synth part. I tried to tab that out, but it ended up being really inconvenient to play because it's all just octaves. It's like I tabbed it out in the tabs. So if you want to download that and look at it, you're more than welcome to. It's just not convenient to play in any way, and I think I replaced some of the octaves with fifths to make it easier. But yeah, if that's the part you want to do, then go ahead. It's in the tabs. But I'm just gonna be doing just the chord part. So A power chord, and space, and just a couple scratches, and A power chord again, and then you have the 6th fret power chord. Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself again. Okay, I kind of explained it wrong, so let me start over here. Same power chord, then a couple of scratches, just like that, and then you have, so that's A power chord again, A sharp power chord, then back to this A power chord again. So and then you have, so that is 5th fret power chord, A power chord, G power chord, which is on the 3rd fret, and you have F power chord, which is on the 1st fret. Couple scratches, hit it twice again. Then you have F, G, A. The rhythm's not the hard part. It's just the notes. I'm really teaching you here, so back up to this A again. Then you have 5 to 6 again. It does that sort of scratchy thing again. And after that, it goes back into the verse. So it's everything beyond this point is stuff we've kind of already covered, or slight variations of it. As I said in the previous part, there's the chorus that changes slightly. But everything else is just pretty much the exact same thing. So yeah, after you've learned this, you've pretty much learned, well, up to this point, then you pretty much learned everything you need to know. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks for watching.